Changes in continuities during the modern era, 1750 to 1900. During the modern era, improved transportation technology, overpopulation in industrialized cities, and/or imperialism led to increased migrations motivated by the government's need for coerced labor and individuals' need for work. And it led to a drastic change in demographic, as waves of migrants were traveling across the globe, bringing with them their cultures and identities, as well as fueling imperialism and the industrialization of colonies. An example are the Chinese and European migrants in the U.S., the Italian, Chinese, and Japanese migrations to Latin America, and Japanese migrations to the Pacific. Though the extent to which lands were being altered for economic reasons increased during this era, governments have been building systems of irrigation, large plantations, or canals, for example, ever since the agricultural revolution. And as a result, not only has the environment suffered through deforestation and pollution, but the conditions have led to disease and health effects amongst humans. For example, in the early modern era, the British wood industry led to massive amounts of deforestation, leading into the modern era, where their coal industry led to the pollution of cities and disease in the lower class members of those cities.
During the modern era, industrialization improved agricultural productivity throughout the Americas, Europe, Russia, and Japan. Industrialization gave access to many foreign resources. For example, Japan opened more to trade after urbanization. The need for raw materials also increased as the industries needed raw materials to produce more goods. The growing population in different countries were supplied with abundant food supplies because of the quick production of the industries. Improved technological inventions, such as railroads and steam engines, facilitated communication and transportation between cities in different countries. Throughout the modern era, existing trade routes continued to be important to global exchange.
During the early modern era, religion continued to be used as a justification for military actions, and the belief that the conqueror was bringing the conquered civilization, doing them a favor, or that they were destined for the land persisted into this time period, which caused a feeling of supremacy amongst the conquerors and harsh treatment and oppression of the conquered. During the modern era, Enlightenment ideas had been spreading throughout Europe, the Americas, and Asia, leading to increased awareness of the lower class members of society, not just the landowners, government officials, and aristocrats. Ideas inspired a switch in how governments legitimized their rules, from divine authority to consent of the governed. Large-scale revolution across the world that pleaded for human rights motivated governments to promote and promise equality in effort to prevent or end unrest and maintain political unity throughout their nations. Examples of this include the abolishment of slavery in Americas, the emancipation of serfs in Russia, and improved working conditions for wage workers in England. With the introduction of industrialization and increased urbanization, social classes began to change around the world. The rise in the middle class was fueled by the creation of jobs that were skilled for those who were not aristocratic. Urbanization led to large numbers of people moving to cities. These people worked in factories as unskilled laborers who earned low wages and worked in poor conditions. The change within the working class and the introduction of the middle class led to deeper divisions between classes as conditions differed for people of different classes, which led to social unrest, including strikes and protests for equal rights and better working. During the modern era, women continued to remain subordinate to men even with the introduction of industrialization and the rise of feminism. As urbanization took place, people moving from the countryside to cities switched from agriculturally based jobs to factory jobs. Lower working class women gained jobs in factories, however, they are paid less than their male counterparts. As middle class men went to work in jobs in cities, many middle class women were expected to stay at home and watch the children. This led to fewer middle class women earning wages. Since both fewer women were earning wages and the women that were earning wages were not paid the same as men, females provided less economically to the family than men. This caused society to view them as less than their male counterparts.